The following video looks at some of the more unusual bodybuilders to ply their trade around the world. From the elderly and disabled to the just plain bizarre, these people definitely fall into the category of unusual bodybuilders. The most unusual bodybuilders in the world. Barbie Steinsholt Thomas. In the world of bodybuilding, this stay-at-home mom definitely stands out. Barbie Steinsholt Thomas lost both her arms in an accident when she was a toddler. Amazingly, this hasn't stopped her from competing in over a dozen bodybuilding competitions since 2003. How does she do it? As you'd expect, her exercise routine focuses on her legs and core region. Without her arms, she is limited to certain exercises, but is able to use many of the machines at the gym with a little help from spotters. While she can't perform 3 of the scored moves required on stage during competition, this has never dampened her spirit to continue to compete. Sasha Szpak. If you're looking for an example of an unusual bodybuilder, look no further than Sasha Szpak. This Russian bodybuilder is a bit of an online celebrity in his home country, although it's likely due to his bizarre image more than his bulging muscles. In addition to his workout regime, Szpak has also been going about altering his body with cosmetic surgery and considerable tattoo work. He's already had surgery on his eyes, nose, and mouth, and much of his body is covered in ink. Sorry ladies, this one is taken, as there are some rather interesting wedding photos to prove that Sasha Szpak is off the market. Amanda Loy. Female bodybuilders aren't anything new. However, when they are just 4 feet tall, that can be called unusual. Amanda Loy is a 22-year-old bodybuilder who suffers from hypochondroplasia, a type of dwarfism where the body is smaller but still in normal proportions. On stage during competitions, Amanda competes against full-sized women, which you'd think would put her at a disadvantage. Not so much, as this 22-year-old Arizona native took home a trophy in her very first competition. Nick Scott. When you think of bodybuilders, you probably don't picture a wheelchair involved. Enter Kansas native Nick Scott. In 1998, while driving, his front tire blew out, causing the car to roll several times. Nick's back was broken, and doctors diagnosed him as a paraplegic. Depressed, he gained weight and at 300 pounds decided to turn his life around. After heading to the gym, one thing led to another, and Nick eventually found himself competing in bodybuilding competitions. This 2-time powerlifting champion has appeared in around 100 bodybuilding shows around the world. Ray Moon. At 83 years of age, most people are enjoying retirement and the grandkids. Not Ray Moon, though. At 83, this senior is competing in bodybuilding competitions against men less than half of his age. Officially, the oldest competitive male bodybuilder in the world, Moon has had to overcome cancer and heart surgery to make it this far. Most recently, he took part in the WFFI Championship in Melbourne, Australia. While he didn't win, his presence on stage surely turned a few heads as the audience took in this rather unusual sight. Mark Smith. Mark Smith was a British soldier who had served in such places as Bosnia, Iraq, and Afghanistan. In 2011, an accident during training resulted in him having to have his leg amputated. Rather than fall into depression, Smith turned to exercise as the answer. As his fitness improved, Smith looked to bodybuilding and entered the Pure Elite competition, which had a category for disabled competitors. Although not looking the part of your usual bodybuilder, he won his category and claimed his trophy to a standing ovation. Matt Krok-Zaleski. Janae Marie. This 42-year-old powerlifter and bodybuilder is also a former Marine and a presidential guard for political VIPs in Washington, D.C. Adding a rather unusual twist to this tale is the fact that Matt Krok-Zaleski now goes by the name Janae Marie. That's right, the record-holding powerlifter recently came out as transgender, and it's divided the bodybuilding world. Janae has said that she received large amounts of support for her move, but also large amounts of hate. It has reportedly made the decision of whether or not she'll continue to compete as a woman a challenging one. Mini Mr. Olympia. When children participate in activities like weightlifting and bodybuilding, it can really divide public opinion. After all, when YouTube clips surfaced showing the 9 and 6-year-old Stroh brothers working out, some people were really concerned. We can only guess then how most people feel about kids taking part in the Mr. Olympia competition. In November 2014, 12-year-old Vinnie Poppleton took home the title of Mini Mr. Olympia. While there are many who praise Vinnie for his accomplishment, there are also a noticeable number of people who wonder why kids who haven't even gone through puberty yet are taking part in bodybuilding competitions. Edith Wilma Connor. At 77 years of age, you'd probably expect Edith Wilma Connor to be taking up knitting, gardening, or playing with the grandchildren. Rather than sitting around, the Colorado native is actively taking part in the bodybuilding world. In fact, Connor holds the Guinness record for being the oldest active female bodybuilder in the world. While it's unusual given her age, starting at 65, she decided to get in shape after feeling tired from sitting at a desk job all day. One thing led to another, and before she knew it, she was winning competitions. You go, Wilma. Aditya Dev. When you see a picture of Aditya Dev standing next to someone else, you probably think the image has been photoshopped. It hasn't. At just 2 feet and 9 inches tall, Dev was named the world's smallest bodybuilder in 2006. At his peak, Dev was using 4.5-pound dumbbells. This may not sound like a lot, but when you consider he only weighed 20 pounds, it becomes a bit more impressive. While he passed away in 2012, he continues to be one of the more unusual people to have ever undertaken this activity. We hope you enjoyed this awesome video. Here's some other links to videos that we think you might like, and don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks!